Hello, it's Friday, December 15th, and it's time for TQ plus ckery Friday, the place for your gender news and meme roundup. Again sports, again cycling. Kylie Small, who is male, just rode away with the women's gold medal at the 2023 National Cyclocross Championship in Louisville, Kentucky. He rocketed from 44th place in the men's category to number 1 in the women's. Thank you, USA Cycling, for prioritizing men's gender identities over women's female biology. In an astonishing related statistic, and now news from Down Under. Sydney surf clubs have issued guidelines encouraging lifesavers to retrain their brains to not hear, see, or speak of a person's biological sex, and to make changing rooms, toilets, and showers more gender diverse. That is, open up female spaces to boys and men and don't ask questions. In other words, some members of the volunteer lifeguard organization think it might be a better idea to focus on its core mission of preventing drownings. But hey, misgendering is a fate far worse than drowning. Here's something which probably wasn't on your bingo card. A boy wins a girls' Irish dancing competition in the under 14 category and is headed to the World Championships. Apparently, the male adolescent competed as a boy as recently as April of this year and placed 11th. But 11th place wasn't good enough. When the winner was announced, the girls in the background had a moment of collective jaw drop. I featured this dubious character last week, a cringy dude calling himself a lesbian and running for the Green Party in Worcester. Turns out he had posted sissification advice on a social media board called sissyspot.com. Sissy is a type of porn where men are forced into submissive, feminized roles. I must say that I am absolutely not shocked or even mildly surprised. Miriam Grossman, the author of Lost in Transnation, a child psychologist's guide out of the madness, is featured in this audio interview on the City Journal website. Speaking of books, Graham Linehan presents his own recent book, Tough Crowd.
Oh, hello. I didn't see you there. I'm just doing two of my favorite things, preparing for Christmas and reading my book, Tough Crowd, How I Made and Lost a Career in Comedy by Graham Linehan. That's me. Why am I reading my own book? Well, even though I wrote it, I simply cannot believe how good it is, and I haven't been able to put it down. Tough Crowd isn't just about the destruction of my life by a bunch of online lunatics, or the cowardice of the entertainment industry and their abandonment of women's rights. It's also about the creation and making of some of the most beloved sitcoms of the last 25 years. Father Ted, The IT Crowd, and Black Books. They don't make them like that anymore. They're not allowed to. I didn't like him. I didn't like collaborating with him, and I made sure he never worked in the industry again. It's full of charming showbiz anecdotes like that one. So please, this Christmas, think of getting Tough Crowd for someone you love, or even just someone you know. Buy a few copies just to be safe. It might be a tough crowd, but it's not a tough choice for Christmas.
And now for this week's memes. How women have changed over the years. A look at progressive racism. Me and the squad on our way to cancel Dave Chappelle. And finally, Snoopy and Charlie Brown. In a world where you can be anything, be aware that the trans lobby is a cult that indoctrinates kids and usurps women's rights. A few words from Sheila Jeffreys. I really like her analysis of the underpinnings of gender identity ideology.
Sisters, so I'm going to argue today that as femininity is the behavior of subordination, masculinity is the behavior of male domination. Now, women as the subordinate sex class are trained into femininity, and then of course they are told that it is natural, and many people believe that it's natural. However, an increasing number of men, encouraged by pornography, now find this behavior of subordination sexually exciting because they are masochists. And to justify their sexual perversion, they proclaim that they have something called a gender identity that entitles them to pretend to be women in law and society. And the fact that men actually do imitate this behavior and train themselves into it is quite a good indication that actually the behavior is a construction.
And to illustrate her point, let's have a look at the real benefactors of gender identity ideology. Take care and see you next time.